Alright, since it's the weekend, I thought I'd have some fun. I was watching a video actually on YouTube, of course, of somebody I watch, and he had his 20 favorite albums, I think it was, or just, 20 albums that made him the man he is today. So that gave me, a thought that I should do something like that. And I cut it, it's hard to cut down, to so many. I mean, I have 35 CDs. I still collect CDs. I don't know why, but I usually, just go to a record shop, whatever, not, used stuff, because I don't want to pay top dollar for a CD. But yeah, so I have 35 of, CDs that made me who I am today, from, infancy to being 24 now. So, I mean, yeah, this is not in any particular order. It's just, CDs that, or albums that, made me who I am. I mean, right off the bat, you got right there, Chet Baker sings, the best of Chet Baker sings. I mean, my God. One of the sweetest voices of all time. I Get Along Without You Very Well, which is probably my favorite. My Funny Valentine, Jailbreak, Let's Get Lost, and I mean, just any song with him is just great because of obviously his beautiful vocals, and very sweet, and it's very nice to listen to when you're also, kind of lonely or whatever, something like that. And then we have right here, Cry Baby by Melanie Martinez. I apologize for the light and all this stuff on the stuff. But yeah, Melanie Martinez right here. And, oh, it's me there. Isn't that nice? That's cool. But yeah, Cry Baby from Melanie Martinez came out in 2015. Again, being the only boy in a family of 5, having 4 sisters, I didn't have much of a chance to, get into my own music. So basically a lot of the music I like is what my sisters liked. And Melanie Martinez, I really enjoyed her stuff because my sisters listen to it all the time. But this is a band that I got into on my own, the Misfits, Static Age. Particularly this album that I love. I mean, every song in here, I don't skip a song. I mean, from Static Age, TV Casualty, Some Kind of Hate, Last Caress, Return of the Fly, Hybrid Moments. I mean, like I said, on and on. I think TV Casualty might be my favorite song on the album. But, all of the songs on that one are great. And of course, Danzig is still on it. It's not Michael Graves. Although I do like Michael Graves' voice and such. But he has gone kind of off the wall, if you see his Instagram. Anyway, then we have right here, Nirvana, Unplugged. I picked the Unplugged album because it's just so raw. And I mean, I just love Kurt Cobain's performance. Obviously here, I think this was released after he passed. So I mean, that's big. And I like how in the set the band played lesser known tracks, basically. I mean, you still have songs like Come As You Are. Dumb, I guess, is a bigger one for them. All Apologies, I mean, that's not as big. And of course, their cover of Where Did You Sleep Last Night from Leadbelly, which I love Leadbelly as well. So I just like that whole album altogether, and just Kurt on the vocals is just, obviously, especially with Where Did You Sleep Last Night, the way he screams near the end, good lord. And then we have, I don't know why I'm out of breath, it's freaking hot, I guess, probably. Pearl Jam 10. This is probably my favorite grunge, I guess you would say, album. Especially maybe even of the 90s, whatever. Just so many great songs. Obviously Once, Even Flow, Alive, Black's insane. Jeremy, Oceans, Porch, Release, which is a beautiful song. I mean, Eddie Vedder, especially in 1991, the man could sing anything, and just a beautiful album. And then we have the Smiths, Meat is Murder, which it's hard to pick a Smiths album. I mean, obviously through this channel I've listened to so many Smiths. Well, I listened to all the Smiths songs. But I mean, with this one, I mean, on this particular album, I don't think How Soon Is Now was on it originally, but then once it, was reissued and such, How Soon Is Now was added, and How Soon Is Now is my favorite song by them. Also, That Joke Isn't Funny Anymore is one of my favorite songs from them. I mean, again, and obviously Meat is Murder, as somebody who's a vegetarian, and I also have the poster in the back now. That song kind of keeps me, keeps me going. And, yeah, I mean, I Want the One I Can't Have, The Hidden Master, Ritual. I mean, it's just every freaking song. Nowhere Fast, Will I Wonder. It's just, I mean, every song on that album, every Smith song almost, except for like Golden Lights or whatever, is a good listen. Then we have, following the Smiths, a man in a band who was inspired by them very much, Oasis. And I didn't want to do, too many, I guess, greatest hits or whatever. This is just Time Flies, 94 to 09, Oasis. I think it's every one of their hits or whatever, all of their singles or whatever. But this was the album that got me into the band. Definitely Maybe is probably maybe my favorite album by the band, just because Supersonic and Live Forever's on, basically. And also I love Married with Children and all that. But yeah, I mean, Supersonic's probably my favorite song by them. But obviously, like I said, this just has everything, all of their hits on one record. And I mean, Champagne Supernova, some might say, Don't Look Back in Anger. I mean, like I said, I'll say probably my least favorite song on this album might be The Hindu Times. That's one song by Oasis that I don't know, I just can't get into, But what can you do? Then we have this Buddy Holly. This is basically just in the rock and roll giants, whatever. But it's just really 2 discs of Buddy Holly. I got into Buddy Holly during high school, and yeah, I mean, obviously from the 50s kind of rockabilly style, and I just love, again, just that kind of simple, I mean, the beginning of kind of rock, obviously with him and, introducing kind of like the band, with having a drummer, a guitarist, and a bassist, and just obviously so many songs like Maybe Baby, That'll Be the Day, obviously. I think John Lennon saw Buddy Holly live. I think it was him, and he got inspired to do the Beatles, which was a play on Buddy Holly's band, the Crickets. So, yeah, Every Day is probably my favorite Buddy Holly song. I'll say Every Day. It reminds me of Christmas, so I like it a lot. And I mean, here, The Doors, their debut. Obviously, Light My Fire is a huge one. Break On Through. This whole album is just great. Backdoor Man. That's a fire one. And End of the Night, and of course The End, which I would probably say The End is my favorite Doors song. Of course, the 11-minute version. And the Doors are one of my favorite bands. I think it changes every now and then, from Oasis to the Doors, 1 or 2. But I'd say the Doors number 1, Oasis 2, 3 would be the Beach Boys, and we'll get to them later. And then we have Minor Threat. This is the what is it right there? The complete discography of Minor Threat. It was a band from Ian MacKaye, I want to say is how you say his last name. He would go on to be in Fugazi as well. But this is from the early 80s. I think it was 83 is when they existed. But yeah, Minor Threat. I mean, all these songs are it's a really short album, even though there's 26 tracks. But it's all of their tracks. And it's just so fast paced. And again, I like Ian because he's, what's it called? Drug free, all this stuff, doesn't drink alcohol, whatever the hell that is, I can't remember now. But yeah, so I don't know, he's just kind of a cool guy, I feel. He's very intense as well. And I know he's friends with Henry Rollins, and I like Henry as well. So it's just very nice. And then we have Linkin Park. This is Minutes to Midnight, and there's still a tag on it from when I bought it. But $4.95, I mean, not too bad, I guess, plus tax. And the reason I picked this Linkin Park album is because my favorite Linkin Park song is Given Up, which, I mean, now with Chester's passing, reading those lyrics is hard, but obviously Given Up, What I've Done is another great song, and yeah, but really Given Up, that 17-second scream is just nuts, and yeah, I love Linkin Park, and I got onto them after Chester died, of course, so that kind of sucks, but at least the music has been left behind. Excuse me, my God, I'm burping or something. Then we have The Animals, the best of The Animals. I mean, again, I try not to do too many greatest hits stuff, but I mean, this is how I got into The Animals, looking at their best stuff. Obviously their cover of House of the Rising Sun, Baby, Let Me Take You Home, we're talking about you, Don't Let Me Be Misunderstood, Boom Boom. What else? We Gotta Get Out of This Place. I like that one a lot. Bring It On Home, Story About Diddley, It's My Life, and there is, I don't think the song, no, it's not there. But I liked another song, When I Was Young. I was trying to remember what the title was, but I like When I Was Young as well, which is one of my favorite songs of theirs. But of course, can't go wrong with many songs on that list. Then we have another grunge one, Allison Chains, Dirt. Really enjoy this one. This is obviously a very dark album. Right off the bat with Them Bones. I just love the song, Dirt. I mean, the Junkhead, Wood, and Down in a Hole, which is probably my favorite AIC song. And Rooster's obviously on here, which was a great radio hit. So yeah, I love Allison Chains. Probably my favorite grunge band, I have to say, though. Even though 10 from Pearl Jam is probably my favorite grunge album. Then we have My Chemical Romance. And this is, Of course, their big album, The Black Parade, came out in 2006. And again, this is just an unskippable album, right from the start with The End, Dead, other songs like Welcome to the Black Parade, of course, I Don't Love You, Cancer, which is a heart-wrenching song, Mama, Teenagers, Famous Last Words. I mean, it's all great stuff. And my dog is behind me. There she goes, jumping off the bed. This one, even though I'm not a very, not a religious person, this is God Bless Tiny Tim, by Tiny Tim, of course. Tiny Tim, is seen as a novelty act. I know, known for songs like Tiptoe Through the Tulips, Living in the Sunlight, that kind of thing. But his debut album, I mean, my God, I love every song on this record. And again, he was he was a very religious guy. If you read an interview with him or see any interview with him, I think he did with Howard Stern. And he was also a very particular guy as well, just very interesting to me anyway. And but I just love his work. He was such a great historian on music, really, if you read up on him. And again, just love every song on this, On the Old Front Porch, where he does duets with himself. Living in the Sunlight, like I said. And then I'd be satisfied with life. Ever Since You Told Me That You Love Me, Daddy, Daddy, What's Heaven Like? I like that. And then there was the other one, The Viper, of course. What the heck? Hold the phone. The Coming Home Party. I couldn't find it on there, but it's there. Yeah, I really like The Coming Home Party as well on that album. This one, another one of my favorite bands. It's The Cars, their debut album. This is just, their debut is basically a greatest hits album. I mean, my God, Good Times Roll, My Best Friend's Girl, Just What I Needed, I'm in Touch With Your World, which I love the live version of that they did, I want to say in 79 maybe. Don't Just Stop, Bye Bye Love, Move, and then you go into Moving in Stereo, which then goes into All Mixed Up. I mean, just 9 tracks, but they're all just insanely good. Benjamin Orr was insanely hot. I mean, my God. And of course, Rick Ocasek and Benjamin Orr are now gone. So the 2 voices of the band gone, which sucks, obviously. Then we have Blind Melon, Tones of Home. Again, just basically a greatest hits thing. But obviously, songs like Change and No Rain, which was their biggest hit. Galaxy, I love Galaxy. Mouthful of Cavities. Just Shannon Hoon's voice, those delicate, magical vocals that he had. And just really enjoyed his voice and the band, obviously. And just a real sense of comfort when I listen to Blind Melon. And of course, Shannon Hoon, passed early as well, which sucks. Then we have just another kind of greatest hits, John Fogerty, The Long Road Home. And it's just, CCR songs and some of his best recordings as well, best of, basically his career. And again, I hate doing, best of stuff, but this is the album that got me into CCR and him. I mean, obviously, again, Born on the Bayou, which might be my favorite song by them. Obviously, Fortunate Son is probably might be their signature song. Bad Moon Rising, Who'll Stop the Rain, Look Out My Back Door, Up Around the Bend, Up Down on the Corner. Have You Ever Seen the Rain? That might be their signature one, actually. Have You Ever Seen the Rain? Green River, Run Through the Jungle. All just swamp rock brilliance, even though John came from California. Then we have here another one from my early, middle school days. NWA, the Streets of Knowledge the 20th anniversary edition CD, the best of NWA. I think NWA only put out 1 album anyway, but again, loved NWA when I was a kid. I still, made me who I am today, and listening to them, even as, back then as a, kind of short, fat, white kid, I felt really, cool listening to NWA and listening to songs like, Straight Outta Compton, F the Police, Express Yourself. I think Express Yourself would be my favorite NWA track. But Gangsta Gangsta, Boys in the Hood, Compton's in the House, Chin Check, which was a more recent song by them. And I'm just throwing them on the bed, by the way. But just love NWA. And Dr. Hook is next. Dr. Hook and the Medicine Show, again, the best of. It's just one of those bands where it's like, I don't know, it's better to have, I guess, the greatest hits of Dr. Hook, I guess, than a single album. Maybe if I get like Sloppy Seconds would be an album I would get. Anyway, but again, Dr. Hook, one of the most underrated bands of all time, I would say right now. Should be, I don't know, I don't feel like they got enough recognition for what, they did. And just, again, Love Dennis, I think LeCourrier is how you say his last name. And again, Ray Sawyer, who's on the cover here, his voice is great as well. And I mean, Sylvia's Mother is a great song. Carrie McCary, heavy vocals on that one. You know, obviously the cover of the Rolling Stone, Freaking at the Freakers Ball. I like that one. And yeah, it's just, you know, it's fun music to listen to. And yeah, just really enjoy it. And then we have Joy Division, Unknown Pleasures. Of course, I love Joy Division. I love, you know, Ian Curtis, Bernard Sumner. Obviously, Peter Hook, one of my favorite bassists of all time, and Stephen Morris on drums. I can't get enough of that band. And even though they put out 2 albums and obviously went on to do more with New Order after Ian Curtis's death, Unknown Pleasures just, you know, never leaves my sight, you know. Then we have Weezer. This is the Blue Album. Now, you know, with Weezer, their first 2 albums, people always talk about, you know, which is better, Pinkerton or the Blue Album? Actually, hold on. And speaking of Pinkerton, I bought before, a Pinkerton Weezer CD, and it's signed on, you know, the cover and the inside by the band. You know, Rivers, Patrick Stump, Brian Bell, and I don't remember the other guy in the band at that time because they switched out a few times. But yeah, signed by the band that I bought. And even though Pinkerton is not my favorite album by them, I'm glad to have, you know, something signed by the band. So yeah, the Blue Album, of course, you know, you have, I mean, biggest hits, you know, Buddy Holly, of course, which I like Buddy Holly, so I love the song. Undone, the Sweater Song, Say It Ain't So, you know, these are some of their biggest stuff. I love The World Has Turned and Left Me Here. My Name is Jonas, which starts off the thing. And, you know, Only in Dreams, Holiday, just an easy listen. And, yeah, I just really enjoy Weezer, and they're still going today, even if the music is not as good as today, or as it used to be. I mean, one thing you can say about Weezer is they don't stop. This one here, 3 Days Grace, 1X. I really love 3 Days Grace. I haven't really listened to them much since Adam Gonche left the band, and that's nothing against, you know, the new singer Matt Waltz, I want to say, but just, I don't know, I just love Adam, his voice on these songs, and again, how this album came to be. How he was in rehab and wrote many of these songs. From songs like Pain, Animal I've Become, Never Too Late, Get Out Alive. Get Out Alive might be my favorite freaking song. I don't know. Also Riot. Of course, I don't think I said that, but yeah, just, I mean, this whole album is just really, really good. And yeah, 1X, my favorite 3 Days Grace album. And again, these are all albums that made me who I am today, so it's very nice. Then we have the Verve, Urban Hymns. I mean, you want to talk about another, you know, greatest hits album. I feel like I have the burp, but it ain't coming out. My goodness, Bittersweet Symphony right off the top. The first, like, first 4 songs. Well, I mean, 3 of the 4 that I love. Bittersweet Symphony, Sonnet, The Drugs Don't Work. I mean, right off the bat, we're going and we are going. And Richard Ashcroft, I'm so glad that he finally got the rights back to Bittersweet Symphony. That were taken away by... I don't think it was from the Rolling Stones, but their producer or whatever, and finally Richard has the rights back, which is obviously good, and it's just a beautiful voice, and I like that he and Liam Gallagher are, you know, pretty, you know, friends and such. Anyway, then we have a more recent album, Poppy, and this is I Disagree. This is, you know, I knew of Poppy when she was more, you know, pop and such, and then she put out a heavy metal, I guess you would say, record. And just, I mean, it's a banging album, you know, from songs Concrete, I Disagree. Pretty much every song on this is nuts. Blood Money, Anything Like Me, Nothing I Need, Fill the Crown. I mean, like I said, all these songs are so good. I don't know, my favorite, I might say Anything Like Me might be my favorite. I don't know. I just love Poppy in that album. And I almost went to see her in Montreal, go back once. But then she had to cancel because of COVID, for frick's sakes. But I bet it would have been fun. Then we have another greatest hits, I know, but this is Blur, the best of Blur. And again, you know, I just like the yellow, blue, green, and I guess pink, you would say. And, you know, again, this is what got me into Blur, you know, their greatest hits. Beetlebum right off the top. Beetlebum, I love the intro from Graham Coxon on that. Obviously, just their greatest hit, Song 2, There's No Other Way, The Universal, Coffee and TV, Park Life, End of a Century, No Distance Left to Run, Tender, Girls and Boys, which is one I love as well. I don't think there's a skippable song on this, obviously. Charmless Man, She's So High, Country House, love that one. And then, yeah, it goes on. And I mean, Damon Albarn as well. One of the, you know, best looking man best looking men in the 90s as well. And, you know, even though I like Oasis more than Blur, I mean, I'll say, you know, Damon was a better looking boy than Liam and Noel ever were, especially Noel. But next we have Olivia Rodrigo. This came out, what was it, 2021, I guess, last year. And Olivia Rodrigo, her debut album, again, having, you know, sisters and such, and listening to their music. I got into Olivia through, obviously, her big hit, Driver's License, and then I was like, I gotta buy her album, just because, you know? And again, 11 songs on here, and I listened to them all a lot. Brutal, Traitor, Driver's License, like I said, One Step Forward, Three Steps Back, Deja Vu, Good For You, Enough For You, Happier, Jealousy, Jealousy, Happier, Happier, Favorite Crime, Hope You're Okay. Now again, my favorite one I'd have to say might be Jealousy, Jealousy, maybe? Maybe Good For You, or Deja Vu, I don't know. It's, again, I love Olivia Rodrigo, can't wait to see what else she puts out. Again, she's so, you know, young and talented, and just love her music so far, so can't wait for her second album. So yeah, really shout out to her. And then we have, this is another one, you know, having an older sister who listened to Eminem. This is the Marshall Mathers LP. I remember stealing this from my sister when I was like 7, and she would have been like 14 or something. And just listening to like the song Kim, and being like, what am I listening to? My God. But yeah, this whole album, again, is just all great. My goodness, it's all great stuff. You know, obviously, Kill You. Some of these, obviously, these names of songs are funny. Stan, obviously, Who Knew? Love that. The Way I Am, The Real Slim Shady, I'm Back, Marshall Mathers, Drug Ballad, Amityville. Like I said, Kim, Under the Influence, and Criminal. This is an unskippable album. Every song on it is pretty darn good. And again, I love Eminem. He's one of my favorite, I guess you would say, solo artists. Anyway, there's another one here. Red Hot Chili Peppers, Blood Sugar Sex Magic. If I have to pick a Red Hot Chili Peppers album, it's going to be this one. Just love so many songs on this one. It was an album that I really listened to a lot during university when I would do papers and, you know, essays and all that crap. Because I could just listen to this, you know, all the way through. And, you know, it would be fine, you know. And, you know, songs like Suck My Kiss, Give It Away, which is obviously a huge song for them, was still played on the radio. Under the Bridge. What else? I mean, like I said, Sir Psycho Sexy. I mean, a lot of these songs, I just love the funkiness of it all. Equality, and If You Have to Ask, yeah. Breaking the Girl, of course, which is a big one for them. And, yeah, I just, like I said, I can Mellowship, Slinky, and B Major. I mean, again, all these songs on what the hell is it? Blood Sugar Sex Magic? Yeah, Blood Sugar Sex Magic, whatever. All very well done. All very good. Easy listen. This one, the Sex Pistols. Never mind the Bullocks. Here's the Sex Pistols. Now, this song I got into, or this song, this band, I got into them during high school. Again, you know, I loved punk in high school, and you know, as I showed with other, you know, Misfits and Minor Threat and such. I almost put the Clash in here as well, but I didn't want to have, you know, 36 albums in here. So yeah, obviously, I love, you know, going back, you know, John Lydon, Johnny Rotten, you know, one of my favorite people. Obviously, Steve Jones, Paul Cook, and Steve Matlock, and then Sid Vicious, whatever. Just, you know, I just love this band and what they, you know, stood for, basically. All this, you know, this is their only, you know, studio album, so it's nuts that it happened. You know, songs like Anarchy in the UK, Problems. Again, I like all these songs. I mean, my God. No Feelings, Bodies, Bodies is nuts. Liar, Holidays in the Sun, Pretty Vacant. And again, favorite song, I might say Submission. I really enjoy Submission by the band here. And also New York is good as well, even though you know, I enjoy the New York Dolls. But yeah, Submission might be my favorite one by them, which I don't know if a lot of people, if that would be their favorite, I don't know. Then we have the White Stripes and Elephant. This is probably, I would say the White Stripes is most popular album, obviously because of Seven Nation Army. But I like this whole album front to back. You know, I listen to it a lot when I would, you know, drive. I put it on. And, you know, obviously, just like I said, front to back, you know, Black Math, There's No Home for You Here. Just don't know what to do with myself, which I felt a lot. In the Cold Cold Night, which is sung by Meg White, which is nice to hear. You Got Her in Your Pocket, which is a very sweet ballad. and you know, Ball and Biscuit, The Hardest Button to Button. I mean, all these songs are so good. And again, another band that I got into in high school, and I actually saw Jack White live, so that was very nice. That was very cool. And then we have another Louis Capaldi, Divinely Uninspired to a Hellish Extent. Now again, this is one that my sisters got me into. Came out, what was it, like 2020, 2019, something like that. I can't see, it's too red. But yeah, every song here is a winner to me, front to back. Love this whole thing. Obviously, he got really big with the one song, Someone You Loved. But again, I love every song here. You know, Grace, Bruises, Someone You Loved, Hold Me While You Wait, Maybe. And I'll have to say, probably my favorite will be Forever, which is, it's a hard song to listen to because I think about my dog when I hear Forever from Louis Capaldi. So that's kind of sad. But, because my dog passed away, but I still have another dog who's at my feet. Then we have another one from my, early high school days, the Beastie Boys, Paul's Boutique. And I picked Paul's Boutique out of all the albums from the Beastie Boys because when I would, at lunchtime in high school, when I was like grade 9 or whatever, I was like 14 anyway, I would listen to this album in my on my PSP, my PlayStation Portable. And because I downloaded it there. And just every, again, I listened to this front to back a lot during lunch hour. It was a rough time for Nick in my head anyway. And I mean, again, with songs like, Shake Your Rump, I really love The Sounds of Science, which it's probably my favorite song on the album. 3 Minute Rule, Hey Ladies. Again, just love Get on the Mic again. Mike on the Mic. Hello Brooklyn. Again, there's 23 songs, and I don't know, it's just a fun album to listen to. The Beastie Boys are just, they were a fun band to listen to, and it sucks that MCA passed away, but really enjoy that album, Paul's Boutique, and really just any Beastie Boys stuff. I just love their rhymes, their raps and rhymes, And then we have the Beach Boys, Pet Sounds. I mean, one of the most critically acclaimed, if I could say it, critically acclaimed albums of all time. Actually, I have three CDs of Pet Sounds for some reason. I don't know why. This is a 2-disc one, which the other ones are not. They're just one. But I guess this is special. But yeah, just, Pet Sounds. Obviously, if I had to pick a Beach Boys thing, it would have to be Pet Sounds for an album. Wouldn't it be nice, obviously? You Still Believe in Me, That's Not Me, Don't Talk, Put Your Head on My Shoulder, which I absolutely love that one. Let's Go Away for a While, Sloop John B, God Only Knows, which Paul McCartney said was his, I don't know if he said it was his favorite song of all time or Beach Boys song. Either way, God Only Knows is obviously a great song, sung by Carl Wilson, the late Carl Wilson, and Caroline No, which finishes the album. Just beautiful tracks, obviously, and Brian Wilson's masterpiece, which made him a genius. And I still love Brian Wilson. He's had many mental illness, whatever, all this stuff for many years. He's had suffers from hallucinations and such, and I mean, I just feel, as somebody else who suffers from depression, anxiety and such, and takes antidepressants and all this, I don't know, I feel Brian Wilson is out there, and he made it to he's like 80 now, so there's hope, that kind of a thing. And then this is the last one. This is Bo Burnham, Inside, which was a special he came out with last year, I want to say 2021, and actually, let me see here. Because Inside, I mean, obviously I love, again, all the songs, and it's just like, that's why, I'm saying it all the time, because again, these are albums that made me who I am, so obviously I love all of these songs, and I'm trying to get out the booklet here, but again, with, Welcome to the Internet, Problematic, Turning 30, or is it just 30? I can't remember now. My God. But again, here it's actually nice because he signed it, Bo Burnham, and it's very cool to have something he autographed, and because I've loved Bo Burnham since 2009, I want to say, and it's nice that people are coming around to him now after he put out this special, and again, with songs like Content, Comedy. Again, I like all of these so much. How the World Works, which is a good one. Bezos #1, which is my favorite Bezos one. Look Who's Inside Again, Unpaid Intern, which is a great little short thingy. Don't Want to Know, Shit, All Time Low. And then we have That Funny Feeling, goodbye any day now. Yeah, 30. It was just called 30. But again, 20 tracks in this, and they're all listenable as a big Bo Burnham fan. So yeah, I mean, like I said, that's all I wanted to do today. Just go through some of the stuff, and just for a little weekend video, because I saw somebody else do it. And again, this is half an hour long, but again, there were so many albums. So yeah, if you watched all this, thank you very much. And I mean, yeah, these are some of my albums that made me who I am today, that I love and couldn't live without. So yeah, I don't know if you want to comment down below what albums that made you who you are. That'd be cool. And just musicians, whatever that you love that again made you who you are. That's very nice again. So yeah, this was just a little fun thing to do, and it was nice to get through. I'm winded now because again it's so hot in here, but that's the summer for you. So anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for liking, subscribing, commenting, all that stuff. Really appreciate all the support. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys on Monday, I guess. And yeah.